Okay, something I want to get off my chest real quick. Metroid Prime 4 did appear at E3 2019, and honestly, that doesn't surprise hardly anyone considering the fact that the game entered redevelopment back in January 2019 when Retro Studios was announced to be the developers or the new developers for Metroid Prime 4 because Nintendo wasn't satisfied with the work that the other video game developers did, and they decided to go with Retro Studios considering the fact that they worked on the original Metroid Prime game that came out in '02 all the way up into the third Metroid Prime game that came out in '07. So they worked on Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 in the 2000s, and those games were all considered to be classics. And as far as whether or not Metroid Prime will appear at E3 2020 next year, I mean, who knows? Considering the fact that it just entered redevelopment, I mean, I doubt they would have made too much progress by then. At this point, the game may not be released until like 2022 or 2023 because knowing Nintendo, they like to have well polished games in relation to the Metroid series, and that was proven when they came out with Metroid Prime back in '02 because we never got a chance to get a Metroid Prime game for the N64. So basically, people waited from 1993 all the way up until '02 to get a new Metroid game. So obviously, Nintendo takes their Metroid games very serious. And in terms of it being on the same level as that of Super Mario or The Legend of Zelda, some people might not say, oh, the Metroid series is not quite on the same levels as those two series, but at the same time, it's probably in the top 5 or top 10, depending on who you ask. In relation to Nintendo, probably the top 5. So as far as Metroid Prime 4 appearing at E3 2020, as it currently stands, doesn't look like it'll happen unless Nintendo says otherwise. And even if it does, they're probably, there's probably going to still be like far behind in terms of development by then. So, you know, so who knows, And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing something new for Metroid next year, like some type of screenshot or any, footage or whatever. But as of right now, it seems very unlikely to happen.